Hey, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stella and I make videos talking about today's technology and tutorials on how we can use them. Today I'll be teaching you what are while and do-while loops and how we can use them in Java. So, let's get started. Loops are basically repeating statements based on the conditions that you have set. This is useful, so instead of copying and pasting your statement multiple times, you would only need to write your statement once and the loop will repeat your statement however many times you said it. Just a note, whenever you're creating a loop, you should have a variable inside the loop that will be updated and checked every time before the loop is executed to prevent a forever running loop. This is very simple to do and it varies depending on the loop you're using and the conditions you set. The first loop we are going to be looking at is the while loop. A while loop is a control flow statement that will execute a piece of code repeatedly if the condition is met. I like to think of a while loop as an if statement repeating itself. How a while loop works is that it will start by checking the condition. If the condition is true, it will execute the code inside the while loop and then return back to the start of the loop where the condition is checked again. If the return value does not satisfy the condition, then the loop will be terminated and the program will skip over the loop and move on to the next line of code. For example, if we made a while loop and set the condition to true, whatever is inside the while loop should be executed an infinite amount of times. To show this, let's do a print statement and we will print out the word hi. When we run this program, we can see that this program will keep printing the word hi because the condition is hard-coded to true and it will not change. The only way we can stop this program is manually by pressing Ctrl+C. And now our program is stopped. Just for fun, let's set this condition to false. So we will say false. However, when we save this program, we get an error of an unreachable code. This is because the loop will never be executed as the condition is always going to be false and it will never be true. While loops are useful when you don't know exactly how many times you should repeat something or the length of an input. For example, let's make a program that will output the different animals in a string. To do that, we will first make a string variable called animals and we will set it equal to, let's say, we can have zebras, we can have an elephant, a lion, and a tiger. Then we will end this with a semicolon. Next, we will make a scanner called getAnimals, and we will set that to a new scanner, and it will be looking at animals. Then we are going to make an array list, which is a string, and we'll call it list animals, and we'll make that into a new array list that is a string. Right now we are getting a few lines of error, and that is because the scanner and array list are Java utilities, therefore they need to be imported. To do that, we will hover over the scanner, and then here we have a quick fix, and then we can import the scanner right here. We can do the same thing with the array list. We can click on quick fix and then import the array list. So now when we save this program, we have no more errors. So these lines of code are actually supposed to be put outside the while loop, so let's just cut that out and then paste it outside the while loop. Instead of the condition being set to false, we are actually going to change this into getAnimals.hasNext. And this means that if the scanner getAnimals is still able to get another animal inside the string animals, this while loop will keep on running. However, if there's no more animals left in the string, the loop will terminate. Inside the while loop, we'll add what the scanner gets to our array list. So to do that, we will do listAnimals, getAnimals.next. And then we'll close it off with a semicolon. Lastly, we will do a print statement of the array list to see the list of animals being added. Now when we run this program, we can see that for the first iteration, only zebra was added. However, since that there were more animals inside the string, the while loop continued and added the next animal inside the string, which is elephant. However, once it got to tiger, we can see that animals did not have any more animals left in the string. Therefore, the while loop terminated, and now our program is done. And that is a basic overview of what a while loop is. Now we'll be moving on to learning what is a do-while loop. A do-while loop is similar to a while loop, except the code inside the loop is always going to be executed at least once. That is why it is called a do-while loop. Do first and then check the condition. If the condition is false, the do-while loop will keep executing. However, if the condition is not met, the do-while loop will keep executing. When the condition is met, the do-while loop will terminate. For example, we need to have a limit of the number of people allowed in an event. To do that, we will create a do-while loop and ask for the number of people at the event first. If it was a while loop, we would not be able to get into the loop to even ask in the first place. That is where a do-while loop is useful. So first we will need a variable that the condition will check. For our case, it's going to be an integer, and we can name it numCheck. Next, we will create our do while loop, and then we'll set the condition to where numCheck is less or equal to 10. This means that this do while loop will keep executing until numCheck is greater than 10. In our do while loop, we will first do a print statement asking for the user's input. We can ask them to print the number of people at the event. Next, we will set up a scanner, and we will import the scanner Java utility, and we will set the scanner to amount and call it a new scanner and set that to system.in, so therefore we can get the input from the user. Lastly, we will set the numCheck to the user's input, so amount.nextInt, because we are working with integers. To make it more user-friendly, we'll put a simple print statement outside the do while loop to signify that the do while loop is done and that the limit has been reached. So we will do system output, and we will print the number of people has exceeded the limit. Now that our program is done, let's execute our program. And our program is asking us to print the number of people at the event. So let's say if I print 8, since 8 is less than 10, our while loop still executes. Let's try this one more time. Let's print 7. And since 7 is less than 10, then our while loop is still executing. However, if we print 11, the number of people has exceeded the limit, and that is because when we get the user input and set it to numCheck, since 11 is greater than 10, it does not satisfy the condition anymore, therefore it jumps outside the do while loop, and then it prints out the number of people have exceeded the limit. And that concludes my video talking about while loops and do while loops. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I make videos like this every single week, so if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for future tutorials, please let me know in the comment box below. Other than that, thank you so much again for watching my video, and I'll see you next week.